Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good everything. So, this is me recording the Module 4 Challenge Lab. We want to create a dynamic website for the cafe. We have previously created a static website, and I don't even need to go into so much details. We know the difference between both of them and why they are required. So now let me just say two things at the beginning. Very first thing is I am a guide, not a guru. So if I make mistakes, it's fine. I'm not a guru. I'm just a guide. But let's hope we'll not make mistakes. Then number two thing is I forgot to. Okay, I remember now. So the second thing is that I forgot it again. God. Okay, I remember now. The second thing is that you see many of those Linux commands, I'm not going to be explaining them. So you have to by yourself read up on them and see what they do and why they are needed. So only 1, 2, 3 once in a while I may be mentioning, okay, we'll do this one for this purpose. We do kinaka like that. You get that, right? Yes. So that is it. Now let's start. So the very first thing we want to do here is we want to open the nav. I've done all of those. Look at this architectural diagram by itself and understand this. We just want to have let me see. So want this in this region, want to have our EC2 instance and a public subnet using Cloud9. We're going to have parameters in parameter store. They will create an AMI from this EC2 instance to attach a role to it. And then we use the AMI to launch another instance so that we have the same replica, we have the parameter in the parameter store as well in another public subnet. So that is it. That is all we have got to do. So now be doing them one by one now. So, okay, I want to drag out my console windows so that I'll have them side by side and it's going to be a lot easier to follow. Please go up. Yes. So now, blah, blah, blah. And then, okay, I said I don't want to do blah, blah, blah here. Anyway, so what do we want to do first? They said in the search box, search for the, yes, and me will not be answering the questions though. You'll be answering them by yourself. So want to check the EC2 that that has been provisioned for us. This cafe web server. So what do I want to do? Want to check if the instance is in a public subnet. But I just said I'll answer the questions. Anyway, let's see. So if we check here, where is that thing? So it is in a public subnet, we can say that. Then does it have an IP4 assigned to it? Yes, a public IP4 address is assigned to it. What inbound port numbers are open for this instance? To check that, go to security, put the security group and check all of those. Then you check for the inbound rules of the security group. Then does it have identity and access management rule associated with it? So here we see IAM rule, nothing, it does not have. So that is it. I said I'll answer what I've answered. So now let's connect to the IDE on the EC2 instance. So come and read by yourself. So now I want to go to Cloud9. The ninth Cloud9. And want to launch the environment. So instead of using Cloud Shell or using any other code editor, this kind of what's it called? This environment already has all of those things that we need in it. And then that's it. So we're going to choose open. We're going to open this, and then it's going to open, you see it's going to open the bash terminal, the file explorer, and the file browser, and the file editor. So it is in the bash terminal that we're going to be running commands. So that is it. Now I want to check the OS version that we have. So we copy this guy. Okay, now this will be disappearing each time we have to copy something. Where are you? Yeah. So paste, then enter. So we're going to see the version that we are running, and if I can see it, so version something is running on this, that. Understood. Thank you. Now we want to check the web server, the database, and PHP details, as well as their state. So you could run all of this one by one, or you could run everything together at once. So I'm going to be running everything together at once, so that so this is it. Sorry, in case it's, where was it now? It comes to this window. Please just take it back to the bash terminal. So that is it. So we can see, we have seen that the this is the, for HTTPD, the Apache web server. It's there. We can see the version, the details, and we can see that it is currently stopped. You can see the one for our database. You can see that it is also stopped, and we can, okay, the PHP version is not showing yet. So I just clicked on enter, and then you can see the PHP version as well. So that is it. So now we want to start the web server and the database, and also set them to automatically start whenever and the instance is restarted. So I'll just come here, paste all of those at once. Remember, okay, it was me that clicked on this one accidentally the other time. I've done it again, thank God. So your last command may not run. Just click on enter, it's going to run. So we can see that everything is now running. So if we were to check there, okay, this is for the status anyway, so you can see that it is now running. So we want to configure the EC2 instance so that we can use the kiniko. So here we do not have the directory for our web server, the web directory. We do not have it on the file browser pane here, and we want to be able to see it so that we can edit the things that we have to edit here. So we just use this guy here. Again, I'm not really going to be explaining all of this Linux commands because I'm not doing. So can read up on them by yourself. And I've pasted one run. So this one that will change the ownership did not run. So I've clicked enter, and now it's running. So you just have to check to be sure that when you see this one like this, you know that, okay, the last command has been run already. But if the cursor is still here, then it means that you have not run it yet. So just click on enter. The next thing we want to do is want to create a simple test web page. So it says we should expand the Cafe web server and the Cafe web server, the www directory. This is the guy here. So you want to come here and then expand this. So we're supposed to choose new file, blah blah blah. But you can make it easier. See, it says that you want to save this in the HTML directory. So you can just do that easily here. You right click on the HTML, what's it called here? So okay, there's an instruction here. It says you highlight the HTML directory. So just right click on the HTML directory and click on new file. So we're going to name this index.html instead of doing that later on. So index.html, I'll double click that to open it. And then I'm going to copy this command in it. So paste. And then, so now we want to make the website accessible from the internet. Okay, I'm going to do Ctrl+S to save this. Remember to do that. So I'm going to want to make it accessible from the internet now. Something here. They do not tell us what to do exactly. So let's look at the tips that we have been given. It says discover the IP for a public IP address of the EC2 instance and try to load it in a new browser tab. Does the message something does it show? So that's tip 1. Tip 2 is to allow inbound HTTP traffic on TCP, update the security group of the instance as needed. So let's do all of these things one by one. We already know that one will not work. At least I know. Did I close something? Okay. But let's do it. So we want to look for the IP4 address of this instance that we are using here. So I'm going to EC2 console to see the instance. Please load. Thank you. And sorry, got carried away. So I'm going to open instances. I'm going to click on, I'm going to open this. And then I'll copy the public IP address. Ouch. Paste it in here and go enter. So if it's taking too long like this, you already know it's not going to open anyways. So now what's the next thing we should do to allow this? So this is because we do not have a rule for inbound traffic from HTTP. So we are going to be setting that on the security group. So we'll come back to this instance EC2 tab, and then we come to security here. We look for the security group, and then we are going to edit the inbound rules. So if you look at this inbound rules now, we have access from port 22 on specific ranges. So we want to make public access possible. So we would edit inbound rules and add a rule. So we want to do custom TCP on port 80, and the source is going to be from anywhere IP4. Get out, anywhere IP4, and then we are going to save rule. So once we do that, it's going to be updated. Now we can try reloading this guy, and we should see. Yes, so we have scaled this particular module now. So let's proceed. The next thing we want to do is install a dynamic website application on the EC2 instance. Task 4, installing the cafe application. Download and extract the... So once you run all of these commands, I'm just going to run everything at once. So it's going to change directory to this place, and then it's going to do all of this. Again, I want to figure out what this do, and I really would advise that you do that. Please copy the codes to maybe ChatGPT and ask for what each one of them does, just so that you have an idea of what you are doing. So I'm going to clear this one so that I can see. Then do Ctrl+V, and it's going to be running everything one by each. So while that is running, let's see what else we want to do. Excuse me. You can see the last command does not run still, so I'll do enter. And now we're now in the so it says you can see all of this 1, 2 TV files that have been downloaded, something. So now I want to copy cafe files over to the web server document to root. So we'll use the move command from Linux, and then we'll paste that in here. We'll do enter. Now that has been moved. Oh, I was supposed to maybe like show the movement here, but you can go and look for it by yourself. God bless you. I mean, so now want to observe how the application is designed to work. Open the index.html/cafe/index.php. So if you ever get confused with the index.html, sorry, what am I saying? HTML, not index.html. So this is HTML. You open that inside it, you find cafe. You open that inside it, you find the index.html. Sorry, index.php. Open cafe, and then you find index.php. So we want to open this guy, and then, for example, on line 18. Okay, so I'm just explaining Kini, what's it called? Elements inside something. So for example, line 18, you can see that the PHP code references a file named something. So this is just how files are referenced inside other files, and that's not something that may be telling you here. So you go and learn by yourself. Yeah, thank you. And then on this line, on that line, on that line, we don't have any task there anyways. We just want to see. So in the AWS Systems Manager parameters store, configure the application parameters. The parameters that are going to be used with these applications, we want to set them up. So we'll change direction into setup and we'll run this script. So to change directory rather, everything is already in the script anyway. So I'll just paste that to do the two things. Okay, enter. So to do the two things, the shell script is just run something. These commands have added parameters, yes, that the application will use to the parameter store. So if we come to this guy now, and then we go to our systems manager, we are going to see all of those parameters in there. 7 guys, 7 of them. Okay, this parameter story. I was going to say where is it? So we see all of the 7 they are loading. 7 of them, 7 guys. Will it count? Didn't count. This should they count by 7, because they said 7. So yes, so now we want to get the database password. So this is the database password. Here we start 9. So I should just seen it. Now we want to configure the database to support the cafe application. So we'll come back to our terminal here and we are going to run this bash script. Do I see an error just now? Please don't show me anything. I don't want to reload anything. Like, don't worry. I remember that the last time I saw it, it did not really affect anything. That's it. So I've pasted this and then do enter as usual. So observe the data. Yes, we want to see our database. What's it called? The tables, our database tables. So we're going to connect to our database now, and then after that, we're going to check for the tables. Control C, copy, and V. Paste. Enter. So now it's asking for that password. RE:*START this 9, enter. So just copy and paste. Don't mind me. I don't know why I had to type with my hands like that. So now we are inside the database. So want to see the tables and whatever it is that has been created. So I'm going to copy 1, 2, 3, 4. You could copy up to 5. Me, I just like to put the exits here by myself because the exits takes you out of the database. It's not like you still know what you want to see anyways. So here we have it, our database table. So sorry, is it? We can see. So now, okay. I was thinking. So this is the last one. I want to select all from the product. I want to see all of the products that we have, all of the items on that product. So we can see them. the croissant, the donuts, the chocolate chip cookie with that puff puff there anyways. And now I'm going to do exit. So I'll get out of this place. I'm done. I've seen what I want to see. I am now sure that everything is working fine up onto this place. So I want to configure the time zone and have it have the what's it called? The web server restarted so that it starts making use of the new time zone that we put there. So Control V, enter, and that is it. So it was stopping the Apache web server, then started the Apache web server again. So that's it. Now it says want to test whether the cafe website is working and can be accessed from the internet. In a new browser, try to load the application at something, that. So just this one, we put HTTP at the beginning and cafe at the end instead of HTTP this / and / cafe and then enter. Ooh la la. So now we have just the what's it called? We have just the title banner showing. So let's try to resolve this issue. And because we're supposed to see the full what's the thing called? The full website. So this works. The test page works. We have seen that. The MySQL database is also running. We have seen that when we entered now. So what could be the issue? Let's see one by each. So here in this place, they are telling us that don't worry, the PHP code is fine. The issue is with permissions. Number 2 says, does the web application rely on any other services or resources in in addition to the web server and the database? For example, does it another AWS service? Yes. Go to the IAM service and search for the IAM role that is named cafe. Observe the permissions that this role does something. Yes. Then finally, we want to look at the EC2 instance and see if something really does there. So what is happening here is that there is no the right permission to sorry, what's the English called? I'm coming now. So the EC2 instance does not have an IAM role attached to it that is going to help it access the database. So that is what we want to do in here. Remember what an IAM role does. It helps with it's the one that helps with access from one access by God, English. It gives access to an AWS service to access another AWS service. God, that's the English I was looking for. So now we'll go back to EC2 instance, and I don't want to be doing back and forth and open and close. So I'm just going to duplicate my tabs. I'm going to dedicate this one to EC2 instances in case we need it again. So that is it. We just need to attach an IAM role to our EC2 instance. That is what these tips are telling us. So we open that particular instance and we are going to attach the IAM role to it. So this is where the knowledge of foundations will come in anyways. So we do this and then we'll come to actions. We do security, we do modify IAM role, we do attach, we choose cafe role, and then we update. Good. So if we come back to this guy and reload it, we should have our whole website loading. Thank God. So we have crossed this other hurdle as well. If you are writing a documentation, and it is a very good thing to start writing documentations from this point, you can always write, okay, I encountered this problem and this was what was done to resolve it. Okay, that's a story for another time. Let's continue. So when you think you have fixed the issue, yes, we have done it, we have done all of this, thank God. So we want to test the web application. So yes, we want to just be sure that this thing is working. So I'm going to be ordering something. They don't have puff puff, and I like puff puff, but I'm going to be ordering donuts because it has chocolate on it. And then I'm going to, oh no, I need a drink. So let's take hot chocolate and then submit order. So let's order one more thing since it says we should try place another order. Although one is enough anyways. Once I say that, then it's fine. What's this thing called? Latte. Submit order. So we'll go to our order history and look for both orders. They are there. Awesome. We are done with that. Now, the new business requirement. We want to create a development and production website in different AWS regions. Basically, we want to just replicate what we have done here in another region. And to do that, to ensure that we don't have to start configuring EC2 instances and all of that, what we want to do is we're going to be using an AMI. And remember what an AMI is used for. Shebi is used for repeatability. What's that English? Repeatability, no. So because this something is, we already have an EC2 instance that is working. We love it. We like everything that is there. This, that. We just want to replicate it. So create an AMI from it. So set a static internal host name and create a new key pair on this EC2 instance. In the brush terminal, run this. So we're going to run this, control copy, and we'll come and paste here V, and then enter. So say enter, finish. So we've created the new key pair. To make the new key available to SSH utilities, that's that. So we get this and we run it. And then enter and enter. So in the management console, we want to create an AMI from what's it called? From that instance, that beautiful instance that we're already using. So actions, images, and templates. I've selected the instance that we are using. Remember, I was checking for samples, so it's already selected. So say create image. Now, answer questions. Okay, when you create an AMI with the instance be rebooted, go and find the answer by yourself. Me too, I need to look for it. In what ways can you modify the root volume properties when you create? Let's not show you shaggy, but the answer is that you can change the delete on termination settings as well as the size, but not the root volume. Can you add more volumes to this blah blah blah? The answer is yes. This one too, can it be rebooted? Yes, it is rebooted by default, but you can choose to not reboot it. I've given you the answers now. So now what do we want to do? The image name is going to be cafe server. And then, okay, so we are not doing any serious thing in here. We'll just click on create image. So from the navigation menu, we'll go to AMIs and then we wait for this AMI to be available. And that's good. It took a while for it to be available. So I'll be back when it is available. Yeah, so it took a little shorter time this time. Earlier, it took like forever. So now we can see that the status is available. If you cannot see it, this is where you were. Simply scroll to the side like this. So you would see what you are looking for. So now that we have this AMI from this, what's it called? From that instance that we want to use. Now, we should also remember that AMIs are region bound. So if you create an AMI in a region, you would not find it in another region except you move it there, you copy it there. So in this step, your objective is to create. So now we just want to have this AMI that we have captured. We want to use it to launch an instance in the US West 2 AWS region. And so let's look at the tips and see what they have for us. Copy the MI ID of the image that you just created, then try to find it in the clinical region. We will not find it there. Let's not waste time. You can try that without even doing any copying. You will know. So they have given us a tip here that we should select the AMI and look at the actions and see if there is anything that can help us to move the AMI to the other region. So we just come here, we change our our region here to US West. Sorry, I'll be shouting US West because I don't even know how to pronounce that. Is it Oregon? Oregon. Oh my God. Which person? So you can see it says we do not have any AMI in here. So I don't even have to copy anything, whatever. You can see I've got no AMI in here. So why did I come here now? I already know that it's not there. So let's go back to where we are coming from, which is the North Virginia region, and then copy the AMI from there. So I'm going to click on the AMI and then on actions. So copy AMI. So want to copy it to US West. No, Oregon. So copy AMI. I do not have any tags or any other thing I would like to do. So I'll just do copy AMI, and then we'll wait for, you can see it can take a few minutes for the AMI to be copied. So to check, we'll just go to US West 2. I just clicked on US West 2 in the message I got, but I could have also just gone to this top part here and do it. So you can see we are now in the Oregon, in the Oregon region, and we have this AMI copied down here. We can see that it is now in the pending state, and we want it to be available. And then we are going to be able to launch an instance from the AMI. So, so that has been done. Now I want to create the new one. Okay, so I said that before. Can we do it while it is still in the pending stage? I don't know. I do also want to, okay, let me check here. Let's see. Where is it again? So it's still in the pending stage. I don't know if we'll be able to. We should be able to anyways, because I think I did that at first to able to launch instance from it like so. I'll just wait for it to be available and then we'll come back. Yeah, so it's finally available. This took 1 million hours and 279 refreshes. God. So now we can launch an instance from this AMI in this region. So I've clicked on launch instance. So that's the region. The name is going to be the prod cafe server. So I'll just type that prod cafe server. And then that's the AMI. So now the thing is that even if you had clicked launch instance normally, you could have chosen the AMI still without doing launch instance from this AMI. You could go to your normal instance console, EC2 console launch instance, and then you just choose my AMI. You find this guide here, and then you'll be able to launch with it. Now it's very important that your instance type is still too small, because I think the validator is going to check for that. So you don't want to make that mistake. So up. Good. So too small, because that is what they want us to use. We are going to continue without a key pair, and we are going to edit our network settings. So here we are going to change the VPC to the lab VPC to. And then yes, we're going to create a new security group. We're going to give it name Cafe SG. Cafe SG. So sorry, I'm laughing at the kids at my backyard making noise and all of their songs. So I want to create a new one. Okay, we have first Cafe SG. So we have this first one, this first role, TCP port 22, and it is open to anywhere. We're going to add security, another rule. And in this case, we are going to have HTTP, because that is port 80. I'm sorry, HTTP. I'll beat you. HTTP. My computer has a mind of its own today. And then the source type would be anywhere. And that is all, I think. So we want to do launch instance. So that is it, all set. Now, we wait for this instance to, be done. And then we'll copy the public DNS value. So we'll just hold on for that. So I'm going to open the instance and then we'll copy the public DNS value. So you don't have to wait for it to be available for you to do that. So the public DNS, yes. So this one, we copy it and we're going to be using it next. Okay, let me just, or I can come back to that anyways. You could copy and put somewhere, but since I have this tab open, I don't have to do that. So what we want to do now is we want to return to our Cloud9 environment, and we want to replicate the parameters that we have in the North Virginia region to the Oregon region. So we want to edit these lines. So we should open the cafe web server setup, then set up parameter.sh. Yep, double tap. And in line 12, where's line 12? This place, we're going to change the value. So we'll remember to put the double colon, US West, double speech marker. What's this thing called again? To your long quotation mark, US West 2. And then the public, okay. That's line 18, right? The public DNS is going to be the public DNS of that instance that we just created. So remember, a double quotation mark and paste, was already copied it the other time. Please ensure that you're copying the right thing. So after that, we are going to save and then run. So Control S, just close. And then run, yes. So we run this. If I come to this place and I go to the parameter store, this is the Oregon. I go to the systems manager and I check the parameter store. I should find all of those parameters in there as well. See, they have been created. So let's hide the control, sorry. So now they have been created. If I come in here and I click on parameter store, I should find those guys in there. So after this, we just want to verify that this guy is now working. So we want to check this. This is from, I think this is from the first region. So we want to copy the one from the second region now. So this is the EC2 instance from the second region. This is still it. Why is this thing stressing me like this? Open this. We'll copy the IP4 address. We paste it in here and enter. So we should see the hello world message. Good. So now we can do the usual HTTP this // and and this then cafe. Okay, so now we can see that this is also not working. Do you know why? Because we have not done that IAM rule. That's a step that we skipped. So where is it? CIM rule. So once you see this, at least by now you should already understand why that didn't work. So we're going to take that EC2 instance and we're going to attach the IAM rule. So I'm assuming that while watching this video, you might have already figured out that we skipped that out and could have done it yourself. So attach the cafe rule and then update it. Then by the time we come back here, this should load appropriately now. So that is it. You can see So now we want to just test that it is working. We are going to place an order here as well. So return to the EC2 console, something, this, we have done that. I've loaded the menu page. They will place an order. Okay, we have just loaded the menu page and now we are sure that the menu page is working. So I'm just going to place one order in this region. And you see order number 3 because we placed 2 initially and everything is working fine. So this brings us to the end of the lab. Unfortunately, we did not run into any problem. And so we cannot explore this troubleshooting skill. And since we didn't run into a problem, I have seen someone run into a problem and we were able to make use of this, and we figured out what the problem was, and it was so awesome and interesting. But we didn't have problem here now, so it's all well and good. If you follow all of this steps, you should not have any problem. The person had a problem because the step was missed. So that's it. So now that we are done, you just go ahead and submit your work. Thank you.